The best free agent still available in the NFL right now, Taylor Decker, 89% pass block win rate last year, second best of his career. If you need a tackle, go out and get Taylor Decker. I think the Titans should try and make a move for Taylor Decker, get some protection for your young quarterback. And I understand this might not exactly be a place Decker would want to go. He'd want to go somewhere that's ready to compete right now. And some teams like that come to mind, Kansas City, if he can play right tackle with Jalen Moore there. He's not a proven starter. I think he could go to a place like Houston, even though Ariante Ursray was solid there, and they did just sign Braden Smith. Maybe you just have a nice swing tackle there for the Texans. The Bengals comes to mind, but Orlando Brown, Armarius Mims are two pretty decent tackles, and I think the Bengals would want to spend money offensive on the defensive side of the ball. But Taylor Decker's still available. He's probably the best free agent on the market right now. And then Joel Bitonio at second. Joel Bitonio, 96% pass block win rate, was top 5 amongst guards last season. Only allowed 2 sacks. The Baltimore Ravens need to make this guy. Keep this guy in the division. The Ravens need this. The Steelers could just cap off what's been a terrific offseason for them if they were to bring in a guy like Joel Bitonio, because they lost Isaac Seumalo, who, like Bitonio, was top 5 in pass block win rate and top 5 in run block win rate amongst guards last season as well. He signed a deal in Arizona. Isaac Seumalo was unbelievable for the Steelers last year. They do not have a hole on the interior of that offensive line. Taylor Decker could also be a name for the Steelers, because who knows if, oh my gosh, left tackle out of Georgia, his name's evading me right now. But either way, the Steelers might have a hole at left tackle. Decker, Bitonio, sure up that offensive line. Also, they should bring back Aaron Rodgers. That's neither here nor there. I have Tyreek Hill as a top 5 free agent available. I mean, that guy, who knows what, like, the injury? This is like, you gotta do your homework with him. Sit him in a room. Tyreek, are you gonna beat your wife? Tyreek, are you gonna do some stuff in the media? Tyreek, is your knee fine? But I think with all that stuff going on, you can probably bring this guy in on a really, really cheap deal. And because you can bring him in on a really cheap deal, he can transcend an offense. I mean, at worst, you're getting Hollywood Brown, or a faster Hollywood Brown. And I think that's worth a lot. And at the best, you're getting a 1,200, 1,300 yard wide receiver one, like if it's still in there for a year or two. So Tyreek Hill, I think, is still be a real weapon on the Chiefs. I think, like I said earlier in this episode, the Commanders, 1 year, $15 million incentive-based deal, Tyreek Hill. Joey Bosa started a productive year last year. He's not looking to take a discount, though. I did read that or to go join Nick in San Francisco, but he's still one of the best free agents available. Give him a 1 year, $12 million deal. Get a good rotational pass rusher. Calais Campbell, 6.5 sacks, top 5 amongst defensive tackles in sacks, 13 TFLs, and he played under 50% of the snaps. Beast in a rotational role for a contender. Chiefs, Bills, Bengals, Commanders. Eagles are fine at defensive tackle. The Rams, even just adding him in there as a rotational piece, would be nasty. Cam Jordan, Deebo Samuel, still some. Cam Jordan had 10.5 sacks last year. And these are like rotational veteran old pieces, but just get him in. Why not? Like, why not get him in and just never have a tired body on that defensive line? And Cam Jordan's really elite against the run as well. Doesn't get enough credit as a run stuffer. Jawan Taylor, Jawan Taylor, Jonah Williams, Cam Robinson, all a bunch of really, really good swing guards. Let's give some good, let's shout out the special teams guys a little bit here. Daniel Carlson and Matt Prater are good kickers. Those guys belong on rosters. And now let's just go through. I feel like I covered pretty much. Harrison Smith's a free agent. Seeing Jeff Okudah and Kyer Elam as available free agents is just a real slap in the face to myself. I thought those guys, I was more like, obviously everybody thought Okudah was going to be a stud, but Kyer Elam was a guy I thought was going to be pretty nasty. L'Jarius Sneed back in Kansas City makes a bunch of sense. He's a free agent still right now. Devin White's still on the board. Matt Milano. Levante David would be a really, really good veteran linebacker for somebody. The Commanders love to go with the Unks. That could be a play here. Defense, DJ Reader, interior defensive lineman. He should re-sign with Cincinnati. I think that would be good for him, or with the Bills. He's a good run defender. The Bills need help against the run. Leonard Floyd is a good edge rusher. He's still on the board. That's a guy who still has a few years of prime. I believe he could end up back on the Rams in a rotational role. Ethan Pochitz, Lloyd Cushenberry, 2 starting caliber centers still available. Joel Bitonio, Kevin Zeitler, we talked about them. Graham Glasgow, Mekhi Becton, those guys fucking stink. Greg Van Roten, Alex Capua, Daniel Falele, really James Daniels. There's some good depth pieces on the interior of the offensive line. If you're an interior I got the Patriots should try and make a swing on some of these interior offensive linemen, especially because they just signed Elijah Vera Tucker and that guy's made of glass. But yeah, I think we've seen the majority of free agency is behind us, but there are some good, valuable veterans still on the board that can go for a 1-year deal. Or if you're taking these, like, offensive linemen tend to not age. You could take an offensive guard for a 2-year, $20 million deal and just lock up guard play for 2 seasons. Why not, right? So I think there's definitely still some moves, some value on the board for sure in terms of free agency, but those are some of the best free agents still available. Zach Ertz, but that guy's David Njoku. I forgot he's probably one of the best playmakers still available. Didn't want to just overlook him. Let's see what receivers we're still looking at here. Brandon Cooks, Sterling Shepard, D-Hop, Stephon Diggs, Diggs, Debo, Tyree. Yeah. Any running backs still available? Austin Eckler, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Najee Harris, first-round pick for the Steelers in 2020, whenever it was. That guy's not signed with Brian Robinson. I'm pretty sure he's signed with the Falcons. But yeah, I mean, that'll do it, chat. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Make sure you like and subscribe for NFL content, NBA content, March Madness content. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you're following on TikTok. I love you guys, man.